Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Paterson here again with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I letter out on a piece of leather or a black surface. I've been showing you in different clips of how I'm actually, lettering on chalkboards now and on leather surfaces. Now, if you know me personally, you know I love lettering on black surfaces. Lettering is like awesome when it's in white because you can do so much with it. So I'm going to be showing you how you can create this without any lettering experience, and it is easier than it looks. It's all about the effect. Okay, the first thing you need to know are the tools that you need for this. Now, you do need to go and buy some pens, and they are some special pens, and they're not chalk pens really. These are called Posca paint markers, and you can get a bunch of them online. Now, I have the white and the black markers because these are the only things that I really use for chalkboards, for windows, and for leather. These paint markers are really good because they stay on surfaces like glass and plastic and stuff, so I would go for them. You also need some sort of black surface, whether it's a chalkboard, or even a window. You can do it on a window, a black window, or some leather product that you have. I'm going to be using my iPad sleeve and lettering on that, but I'm going to be lettering on this hat as well in a coming video, which should be fun. So any sort of dark surface will work the best. You also need something called an all-surface pencil. Now, this pencil is kind of weird because it's not chalk and it's not paint. It's this sort of wax, and it's white. And the reason why it's white is so you can draw on glass and different plastics so you can see it. Now, a lot of sign painters actually use these pencils just to map out what they're lettering, and we're going to be doing the same. And the great thing about having this means that you don't have to sort of use the pen. You can rub it out with an eraser before you commit to using the Posca paint markers. So first things first, you want to actually draft out on a piece of paper or on an iPad if you have one, using the Procreate app. Take a picture of it and draft it out on there of what you want to letter. This can be anything from really complicated to simple. So I'm just going to be doing a simple one, seeing as how the whole effect of this is very simple, and I want to show you more about it. Once I've roughly drawn it in the iPad or on paper as my idea, I'm going to go and take that all-surface pencil and I'm going to create some guides. Now, the guides are really important because they help with consistency all the way through the lettering process. They help you work out exactly where a letter should start and where it should end, and what angle to draw the letter at. But also make sure that all the letter forms are in the right height for what that letter form is. So for instance, the lowercase letters are going to be consistent, the uppercase letters are going to be consistent, and also the descenders and ascenders are going to be consistent, and the angles are going to be consistent. Consistency is very important for professional looking lettering. So now that we've got those guides down there, and they could be squiggly, they could be big, they could be just straight, they could be at an angle. Once you've got those down there, we're going to start actually drawing out the skeleton of the lettering. Everything in design and hand lettering starts off with a foundation. Now, foundations are the things that you use to build on top. Same with our bodies. We have a skeleton, and then we have the muscle on top of our bodies. Now, I know that's pretty weird to think about, but when it comes to lettering, we're doing the same thing. We're going to be drawing the skeleton of the lettering, which is just lines to make sure that we're in the right consistency and we've got the right sort of shape, the foundational shape for the lettering. Make sure that all the curves are consistent and they follow the guidelines that you've drawn on with your all-surface pencil. Now, the next step is optional, but you can go ahead and draw the full lettering with the all-surface pencil. Now, I've been doing this quite a lot, so I don't really need to. I'm just going to go straight with the Posca paint pen. But if you're not confident enough just going straight in with a Posca marker, go ahead and use your all-surface pencil to create the lettering first and all the different thicknesses. But if you're like me, you'll just go straight in with the Posca paint pen and do all the thicks and thins from there. Now, the main rule for lettering is consistency, and I can't talk about it enough. Knowing that rule doesn't actually help many people when you hear about it, so I'm going to break it down for you. Consistency in weight. The weight of a letter is how thick it is or how bold it is. You can get like thin letters or thick letters, and these are classed as weights. If you look at a font, it's not actually called a font if there's a bunch of different weights that you can choose from. This is called a typeface. Now, when we're drawing, we need to make sure that the thick parts of the lettering, all of those are the same thickness across the board. So the ascender of an H is going to be as thick as the descender of the H or the descender of the G. If you're doing some sort of stylized brush lettering, which is very fun, making sure that all the thins are the same thickness as the other thins and all the thicks are the same thickness as the other thicks is what's going to give an amazing illusion that the type looks like a font. The same is for the angle of the lettering and the size of it too. For instance, the ascender height, which is marked off with the top guideline, making sure that all the ascenders hit that guideline is going to help you keep the consistency. Now, when you're drawing with an A or an O or something like a C or a G, you will notice that there is a circular element to it. It's basically an O in every side of that lettering. Now, with O's and curvy shapes, you need to do something called overshooting. Now, overshooting is where you go above the X height and below it ever so slightly, because type is an optical illusion. If you don't do this, the letter forms will kind of look too small, even though they're mathematically not. Optically, they'll look different. So make sure that you're overshooting just slightly above the baseline and basically the X height, so you can get that illusion that the type's working for you. Now, once you've gone ahead and drawn all the outlines of the lettering, go ahead and use a thicker Paterson paint marker. It's easier using a thicker pen to do this because it takes less time. Now, depending on the surface that you've drawn on, you may need to go ahead and do another coat, which is absolutely fine. Just go ahead with that thick marker pen and do another coat, and you'll get a really brilliant white. Okay, so now we have our lettering and it looks amazing, but we're gonna make it look 10 times better. We're gonna do something that's known as stippling. Stippling is where you use a lot of dots to create a texture. Now, the great thing about doing this is that it's very rough and it takes a long time because it's just tedious, but it's really easy and anyone can do it. We're going to start stippling around the letters, and the way we do this is by creating about a few millimeter gap of each letter form, or anywhere that you've just drawn, create a gap, and we're going to start dotting around the letter forms and creating a border of where we know not to go with our stippling. Once you've created the border of there, you can start using the pen, and I would use a very thin pen to do this because the texture looks better when it's on a thin pen, and create loads of tiny dots, hundreds and thousands of tiny dots. Now, because of that border, we still have contrast, but the overall composition of the lettering now looks different. So go ahead and use those dots and create some awesome gradients. If you want, you can use more dots or less dots at certain areas. It's very cool for gradients and textures. Now, if you want to as well, once you've done that, you can do a few other things. You can add shadows with the black Paterson paint marker by stippling as well. Or you can make your lettering inline. The great thing about lettering with black and white is that you can actually make a lot of adjustments to the lettering. So once you've done that, you can go ahead inside the lettering and stipple that too with the black marker. This gives it an awesome look as well. And you could also add shadows. You could do anything that you want to make it look really three-dimensional. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This video has been sponsored by FreshBooks. FreshBooks is an online invoicing system where you can send invoices to your clients and gather up all your expenses that you use, and it's even got a mobile app. One of the best features that I love about FreshBooks is that I'm able to see if a client has viewed an invoice that I've emailed over to him. And another great feature is that there is no fuss with payments. They can literally just press pay now on top of the email that they get with the invoice, and they'll pay through Stripe. So it makes things a lot easier for the clients, especially international clients, to pay me with. Now, if you'd like to try FreshBooks out for 30 days completely free, risk-free, then click that link down below and make sure you tell them how you heard about them. Honestly, guys, FreshBooks is good, and all the sponsors on this channel are people or companies that I really back behind and the things that I use. So FreshBooks I've been using for 2 years now, and it is amazing. If you like this video, please press that subscribe button. It is completely free, and if you want to join the sort of squad or the family, go ahead and press that notification bell, enabling all notifications for this video channel. I upload 3 videos a week for you, so if you want to check out more of my content, click the links down below or go ahead and press that subscribe button with the bell. Guys, thank you so much. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you soon.